Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Friday, the 9th of February. Reading through Paul's letter to the Romans. Today we read chapter 12. And in verse 6, Paul says the following: "We have different gifts according to the grace given to each of us." And so one of the teachings that I think we're aware of, that Spirit gives all the Christians gifts. And Paul's quite clear that he gives to each one of us. We have different gifts that are given to each of us. And then he challenges us on how we use those gifts. And he says, if your gift is prophesying, then prophesy in accordance with your faith. If it is serving, then serve. If it is teaching, then teach. If it is to encourage, then give encouragement. If it's giving, then give generously. If it is to lead, do it diligently. And if it is to show mercy, do it cheerfully. And as I read that list, I thought it's interesting that he begins with prophesying, which is something that you do up front. If you prophesy, you have to bring God's word to the people. And then the next gift he talks about is serving. And so often serving is done behind the scenes. The prophet stands up in front. The servant isn't seen, but is vitally important. And serving is a gift as much as prophecy is. Likewise, if it is teaching, and we have the teachers, they get up in front. And so one of the gifts I have, I believe, which is why I'm doing this, is out in front, letting people see, speaking, being heard. That's what is required if you're teaching. But if it is to encourage, which is the next gift, encouraging, how do you encourage? That's so often behind the scenes. It's a one-on-one, people coming and saying to you, that was really good, and saying things to you to encourage you. Encouraging is not something that is done up front before the whole congregation. It's a much quieter thing that is done one-on-one. And so often people are encouraging, and we don't see it because we're not the person they're speaking to. Continues, if it is giving, give generously. And so giving isn't something that is seen, or at least it shouldn't be seen. Jesus makes a point. If you give, don't stand up and announce it. Just get on and do it. And he made the second comment of the rich people in the temple giving all their generous gifts. And he said the poor widow came and just put in 2 small coins. And that's what he noticed. She gave fundamentally more generously. So giving is something that is done in secret, says Jesus. It's not something that we're going to do openly, but it's a gift that the Spirit has given us. If it is to lead, do it diligently. Again, you can't lead if you're going to be quiet behind the scenes, not in front of people. Leading is something you need to get up and do in front of everybody and be seen and being noticed and being heard. If it is to show mercy, do it cheerfully. Again, showing mercy is a much quieter gift, shown one-on-one, small groups of people. Quite differently to leading. And too often in the church, we tend to think that it's the people up front that are the gifted, whereas in actual fact, it's the people behind the scenes that are equally gifted and often more important. If there aren't the people that are serving and keeping things going, making sure that the lights are on and that the sound is good, no matter how good the prophet is or the teacher, if you can't be heard, if you can't be seen, if the notices haven't gone out to invite people to come, if people haven't been encouraged to come and hear, if those other gifts aren't functioning, their teaching falls flat. And as a body, as a church, we need everybody. So be encouraged that you have a gift. Every single one of us does. Your gift might not be doing video recordings of short teaching, sometimes not so short, but you have a gift. Find it, use it. The church depends on it. And as we do it, we're all together blessed by God.